What's up, guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding. I'm in the middle of a preparation for the Arnold Classic Europe, which is in less than 3 weeks. Actually, in 2 days, it'll be in 2 weeks. Damn. Anyway, this is a Q&A, so let's get right to it. The first question is from Maldrax. What do you think about doing a drop set as the last set of an exercise? Can you do it instead of forced reps with help? Or is it better to do a normal set till failure? In my opinion, mixing those two up is the best. A drop set allows you to train alone, basically still, especially when you use machines. Because force reps, you simply use the same weight on the bar or the machine, but you let someone pull on the weight or push the weight so you can still move your arms. Now, force reps, the little benefit that they do have is that you literally have no break at all. It's one consecutive set, right? It's force reps still attached to the reps of the same set. A drop set, as the name suggests, is another set. Basically, when you bench press 225 with 2 blue plates on each side, when you are at 10 reps and you cannot do an 11th rep, and then you do a drop set, you always have a break of a couple of seconds in which you can recuperate. So it's a different technique, right? It's another technique to use. So I would switch it up, and there's nothing better or worse about the two. I personally like forced reps a lot, especially during contest prep, simply because it tires you out more. It's more intense, you know. A drop set, it kind of extends the rep, puts on more volume, but I like the combination between volume and strength and endurance, especially in contest prep. Anyway, next question by Johnny Nate. Does carbs affect protein absorption post-workout? What factors affect protein absorption? Really hope the cutting videos come soon. Well, cutting video is already up, right here. But does carb affect protein absorption post-workout? It does actually, because carbs, when you take simple carbs after working out, all your muscle glycogen is low, your blood sugar is low. So when you do eat carbs, your blood sugar rises a lot compared to what it was before, and the insulin will rise. And when your insulin levels in your body rise, it tells your body to put nutrients into the muscle, specifically energy, glycogen, but with the glycogen, it pulls with it other nutrients, such as micronutrients, but also protein, amino acids, right? And that's why it's important to take something like a whey isolate after working out, because those are broken down into amino acids a lot faster, or into the bloodstream a lot faster when you combine it with a fast-acting carb like Vitargo, which Cytec Nutrition has. But you can also use a banana or dextrose. The difference isn't that huge. But when you take a fast-acting carb, it pulls the nutrients right into the muscle, so that's better for protein absorption. And also, if you add fats to your shake or to your meal post-workout, it can slow down protein absorption. But at the end of the day, a post-workout shake won't make or break you. It's just a little advantage you have to recuperate a little faster for the next day. Or if you work out in the morning or do cardio in the morning, then you recuperate faster for the workout in the evening, right? So you can do without the shake if you want, but the post-workout shake will give you an added benefit. Next question by Almanen Swede. What education do you have? Well, I already mentioned this a couple of times. I study nutrition and dietetics, and I actually started again this very week. So excuse me if the videos aren't uploaded as frequent as they were the last few months, because, you know, I had holiday, I had nothing really, no obligations, no reason to get up early every day, except for making videos and working out and being busy with bodybuilding. But now I have to go to school, to university. So, but yeah, it's nutrition and dietetics, so it ties in very well with bodybuilding for me, and to teach you guys some stuff that I learned in that education. And that's why I like making these food schedules, these food plans, nutrition plans for you guys. You know, in the description there's my email. You can email me if you want a personalized nutrition plan, and I'll help you out, you know, depending on what you want exactly. But given that I have actually an education behind me as of knowledge, there's some things that I can change and some questions that I can answer more easily than normal. So yes. Next question by Maverick Gray. When are you going to make your own clothing line? In the last couple of videos, you may have seen the design, the VintageGenetics design. I'm going to show it right here. And that's a picture of me with the VintageGenetics design. That is the base design that I just wanted to test out how it looked like in real life rather than a design on a computer screen. So yeah, to me it's important that the clothing line will be of high quality. So I'm not going to be very busy with it before my competition, but I've already made the first steps. Already contacted someone, a manufacturer, already sent the design, so it's all in the works already. I'm working on the website, actually already know how it's gonna look. Already registered everything. So guys, the clothing line will come this year. I can guarantee you that. And there will be more designs than I showed you. That's quite a big design, a quite complicated design for some people. A lot of people like a more simple design, and that will be included as well for sure. Anyway, next question by Chance Hensley. How do you eliminate fat on your sides? I find it difficult getting rid of the spare tire. What are some good exercises? Well, the thing is, exercises by themselves don't get rid of fat on any part of your body. For example, if you train your biceps more, it won't mean that the fat there will burn. When you train biceps, your body might just as well use up fat in your legs. It doesn't really matter to your body as long as the energy is provided. Of course, it's logical to think the more you train your abs, the easier it will be to burn the fat there. But there is a little bit of truth to that, because when you do train your abs, and a lot of people don't in the off season because, well, I don't see the abs anyway. Why would I train the abdominals? Well, you have to train them because the bigger and more defined they are under the fat, the easier and earlier they will show, so you don't have to cut down as much to get the same visual result. So you could be at 6% body fat with thin abs, untrained abs, or 8 or 9% body fat, looking the same in your midsection, but with more fat over it. But the muscles are bigger and more defined, so they will show through the layer of fat. So what I recommend for usual ab exercises are simply bodyweight exercises, the hanging knee raises or supported knee raises or leg raises, sit-ups, decline crunches, or grab a rope like this and do crunches like this. And there's also wood choppers, grab a cable like this and bring it down to your other knee. Basically chopping wood, it's for your obliques. But I'm gonna make a specific video about that one as well. But you have to get rid of the spare tire, the fat around your midsection. It's all in the kitchen, man. For me personally, my abs don't show very fast either. I have to get down in a really low body fat. It depends on where your body prefers to store body fat, and for everybody is different. I know guys who on the off season, everything looks fluffy or no veins on the arms, but when they pull up their shirt, full six-pack shows. So you could call them lucky, or when you don't have a six-pack yet, you're more driven to actually get down to a healthy body fat and see everything, all the striations. So it's just how you look at it, guys. Anyway, next question. Oh, and I hope you don't mind, I don't wear a shirt right now because it is hot in here. I'm at the attic level of the house. all the heat rises to here, so it's pretty warm. And on top of that, I'm filming with my Samsung phone instead of the camera, so I don't know if the quality will be better or worse. I usually do the Q&As with the camcorder handheld camera, so I'm just going to compare qualities and see what I'm going to use from now on for the Q&As. But I'm actually gonna buy a new camera very soon, a very HD one, so it's a good investment for the channel. Anyway, next question, guys, by John Muneen. Hello Wesley, I would like to know, when cutting, is it enough to simply lower the number of calories that you consume every day, or does the workout need to change as well, such as doing more reps than when bulking, and also are there supplements besides caffeine that can be used to enhance fat loss while cutting? Well, to answer the first question, it is enough to simply lower the calories to burn fat. That is true. But you want to minimize this difference. A lot of people cut down with 500 calories right away. But I just made, a couple, probably 2 weeks ago, I made a cutting video in which I explained that going down 250 calories first and actually trying to maintain this and not going any lower is much better. You will retain a lot more muscle mass. And what you gotta do is you gotta do more instead of eat less. You want to keep the food in, a lot of guys get hungry while on a cutting diet. I still want to be able to vary in my food choices, still be able to eat quite a lot. So what you do is, add post-workout cardio, add it for a longer period of time, up the intensity and add fasted cardio when possible, and slowly, gradually increase the intensity of this until you reach your desired goal. And there are supplements you can use besides this, which was part of the question, and that is, caffeine. A cup of coffee will work, caffeine pills will work before working out. But there's also stuff like Turbo Ripper from Scientific Nutrition that has a lot of extracts in there, such as cayenne pepper extract. You can also put it over your food if you don't like spicy food. If you don't want to taste it, it's right in the capsule itself, and it has been proven to up thermogenesis in your body, upping the metabolism, burning a little more calories. Again, the difference is very small, but every little difference added upon each other is a big one in the end. And there's also green tea. You can either drink green tea, which would be a lot, or you can use green tea capsules, or pills, which is a concentrated form, which is also different forms of caffeine in it, but also, different active compounds which help you lose more fat. Next question by M. Kerr. Can you discuss your training split during the off season? How many days in a row do you train before taking a day or two break, and how often do you take a break and change the program? Well, for me, I never have a set program, as in I do these 5 exercises on Monday and these 6 exercises on Tuesday. I usually have in the off season 1 day of rest. I always think a day of rest is important, even when you think you eat enough, even when you think you sleep enough. That 1 day of rest will make a world of difference, especially when you have a weak point. Train the weak point right before the day of rest, or after the day of rest, doesn't really matter, but you want to give it your all on that day. So on a rest day, you can recuperate from that training, or when you have rested, you can give it more at the day of your weak body part. So either way, that will work. But yeah, in the off season, it's usually Monday, chest and triceps. No, Monday is actually quads, the front of the legs and calves. Tuesday is back width or back thickness, or a combination of both. Wednesday is chest and triceps. Thursday is hamstrings and calves, so the back of the legs. Friday is arms, triceps and biceps supersets. And Saturday is shoulders and traps. And sometimes I like to pick a week of just supersets, like chest and back, triceps and biceps. Except for legs, I don't do supersets on legs only when in competition mode, like now. Only the basic exercises I do supersets, for example, hamstring curls with the adductor machine, stuff like that, but nothing extreme. Next question, guys, by Magikulos. What is your opinion on weed, and do you have any experience with it? Well, this is a popular question. I live in the Netherlands. And Amsterdam is famous for its coffee shops, but there's coffee shops everywhere in the Netherlands, guys. There's, I can drive for 10 minutes, maybe less, and there's 2 or 3 in the same street. So, I personally never smoked weed before. I never, smoked anything. I never really drink anything. I don't find the appeal to it. Though it has been proven that weed isn't that, dangerous or, harmful to your body. But for bodybuilding, it does have some estrogenic effects, as in you can hold more water. Your estrogen levels may rise a little bit if you continue smoking weed. I haven't experienced it myself, obviously, but that's what I've heard and what I've read. And then also, if you do it before working out, it might interfere with your workouts because you're all, mellow, you're all calmed down, basically not really taking stuff seriously as you would if you took a pre-workout. But that's my opinion and that's what I think. Next question by Gatorade and Rice. Interesting name. In the past, you mentioned that the most efficient way of cutting is to eat 250 calories below your maintenance levels and 20 minutes a day of cardio after your training sessions. My question is, should I drink a post-workout shake before my cardio session or go straight into cardio after my workout? That is a good question, and I've actually been thinking about it myself, before. But when you think about it logically, you want to do it after the cardio session. Now, everybody thinks that when you train very hard and when you're cutting, you're going to lose muscle when you do cardio right after. But the type of cardio depicts or decides whether you lose the muscle or not. The cardio you want to do is slow paced. You don't want to exceed the 130 beats per minute, the heartbeat. You don't want to exceed that. When you don't, your body is capable of utilizing fat as an energy source. The carbohydrates are gone, mostly, because you trained, you worked out. All the glycogen in your muscles is gone. So what's left? It's fat. When you would take a post-workout shake consisting of protein and carbohydrates, fast acting especially, your body will utilize these calories, because they're pure energy, as an energy source because you're depleted. And the easiest thing for your body to use is something outside of the body that comes right in. Your body wants to maintain its weight, so it won't use the fat as much. It will use the post-workout shake. So take it after cardio for the maximum effect. All right, next question by Gedoe Dinges, a Dutch word. What is the best way to hit the medial deltoids with heavy weights or light weights? The medial deltoids, which is the side delts, for me, to be able to isolate those specific deltoids, you gotta be able to go light. If you go too heavy, look what happens, maybe I can show you. If you go too heavy, you contract the traps. When you go light, you can really use the side delts on their own. And that's what you want. Because a lot of people think, oh, I'm gonna grab 40-pound dumbbells. I'm gonna put them up like this. You do the same movement, but the back of your body, all the muscles there, they can pack a punch too, and they will aid these little muscles here in order to get the weight up. To test whether you're actually strong with the side delts, do incline, on your side, lay on your side, grab a dumbbell, grab a 10-kilo dumbbell, just start with that. Lay on your side about 45 degrees and put it up like this. The tension will be constant on your side delts, but the weight will be purely focused on that muscle. And trust me, a light weight with that way of doing the exercise is a heavy weight. Your muscle doesn't know how heavy the dumbbell is, it only knows how much stress and tension it feels. So you might as well do a lighter weight but perfect the form. Next question. Alp Eamon asks, have you ever got in a fight on the streets? Well, not really, a real fight, because honestly, every fight that I've ever been in ends with one or two moves. Either it's a push or one kick, but granted, it was a lot of years ago, so my opponents were mostly kids of, in my age, but it was 14, 15 years old. So one punch, one kick, and they were down. And I never liked the fight, but sometimes it was necessary, guys. It is. Next question by Alex Johnson. Can I mix my creatine with my protein powder in the same shake? When do I take my post-workout shake after my training? Directly after, or is it okay to take it after 10 to 15 minutes? Because I have a long road back home. And how long should I wait after I've taken my post-workout shake to eat my meal? Well, you shouldn't make it too complicated. If your ride home is literally like an hour long, sure, then, in the middle of the ride, then drink your workout shake if you get really hungry towards the end. But usually just drink it right after you're done working out, right? You can mix the creatine in there in your protein powder shake, but I suggest adding some form of carbohydrate. So as I mentioned before, the creatine will be pulled more easily into the muscle cells, to do its job with the carbohydrates. And how long should you wait after your post-workout shake to have your meal? I usually wait half an hour or something, depending on what your post-workout shake is. For me, it's usually in the off-season, it's whey isolate and Vitargo. Within 30 minutes, it's all gone. But, you can wait an hour if you're not hungry at all. It doesn't really matter that much. So, 30 minutes to an hour after a post-workout shake would be good. Next question. Let's see. Ricky Vela asks, how do you avoid mercury poisoning from fish? Looking at how you eat a lot of fish throughout your videos. Well, first of all, you only get poisoning if you don't provide your body with the tools to get rid of toxins from your body. In every food source, there is some minuscule amount of toxin, poison, or whatever that your body has to filter out. It's a natural thing for your body to do. If it actually didn't have to do this, you would be a lot more susceptible. You would be a lot more susceptible to being poisoned by anything, because you don't have the protection against it, no immune system, no antibodies, etc. But what you should look out for is usually when you buy fish, it's actually better to buy the younger fish, sometimes the farmed fish who haven't lived for years. And sometimes tuna in the sea, they accumulate all this mercury poisoning from being alive that long. But when they're not alive very long, they cannot accumulate this, and in the end you don't get it into your own system. But you shouldn't eat one source of fish all the time. You should vary in sources, and sometimes even have meals without fish at all, if you like fish like me. But yes, just provide your body with enough fruits, vegetables, enough micronutrients. Do a lot of walking, cardio working out obviously, and stuff like that. Milk thistle stuff to cleanse your liver. Like drinking lemon juice in the morning 20 minutes before eating your breakfast, allowing your body to absorb the water, to absorb the liver cleansing properties of lemon juice. Just stuff like this. And if you just don't buy the, sometimes the highest quality fish caught from the ocean, which would be from the older fish, actually contain more poisonous amounts of metals than the younger fish. Anyway. Next question. By Ali Bengali asks, split once a week or push-pull legs twice a week? Or in general, should you target the same muscle groups twice a week or only train them once a week? It depends on your workouts themselves. Sometimes I do train every muscle group twice a week, except for a strong muscle group. For example, if arms are strong, you only do one arm session a week. And if you do a lot of workouts that are long and voluminous, you don't want to do 6 or 40 sets of back on Tuesday and then again do 40 sets of back on a Friday. Then one day is enough. But if you do 20 sets on one day and 20 sets on the other day, the workout will obviously be shorter. You will be able to recuperate better, and then it is entirely possible. And it depends on your own rest, your own, how much time you sleep, your work, your other hobbies, activities, and your nutrition. So it's a combination of both. So you can do both, but just have the intensity be the same. So once a week, usually the workouts are more intense, longer, more volume. If you do it twice a week, the workout should be kept to a basic standard. Now for the average person, right? If you are an advanced bodybuilder, you should know what your own capabilities are. Next question. Sean Hamill, what did you do to bring your calves up from your teen years to 20 plus? Calves is something that requires consistency. It grows over time. People always say, oh, he has big calves. He was born with big calves, but that is not true. At least for me, it wasn't. When I look at old pictures of me, I have very narrow calves. It's like sticks. You could see the shape, that the potential that they could one day be big, but it took 9 years to get to this level. And what I did is consistently 2 to 3 times a week, every single time, do seated calf raises and standing calf raises, stretching all the way down, contracting all the way up. Always good form. The number one mistake that I see is they say, oh, I train calves every day, but they don't really train the calves as they should, because they just do these small movements. They put on 200, 300, 400 pounds. Obviously, it's a lot easier if you don't do the full range of motion. Just swallow your pride. Decrease the weight half, by triple, quadruple, penta, hexa, whatever. Don't use weight at all. Just do the full range of motion first. Alright? Don't focus on the weight. Focus on the weight after you've mastered the range of motion, the correct form for training calves. Always go all the way down, feel the stretch until you cannot go down anymore, and slowly go all the way up, squeeze, hold for 1 second, control the weight, and then go down again. Do one heavy exercise and one volume exercise. So one 8 to 10 reps and one 12 to 15 reps, or 21s for example. Always switching it up every single workout. That's my advice. And that was part 1 of this Q&A. I will upload part 2 soon. It will be added to the end of this video when it's uploaded. But you can also see it in my upload feed, obviously. It will come maybe today or tomorrow, depending on how much time I have, because there's a lot more questions to this, guys. A lot of questions that I collected over time. And remember, if you have any questions, put them down below in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer those questions. And as far as the videos go, the nutrition video about the ultimate diet, my way of dieting, what I'm doing right now, I'm gonna be showing you my meals. Now, I don't want to make the video super long, but I'm just going to explain what I'm doing right now for competition prep. And I want to do some more tutorials, how to train the forearms, the calves, the abs, and stuff like that. And a lot more is coming, guys. So, and if you have any suggestions, put it down below as well, because I write everything down. And when I want to make a new video, I just read the list and see, oh, that is a good idea for this time. Anyway, don't forget. You gotta remember this. Don't forget. You gotta remember to don't forget to stay goal done.